이렇게 걷는 거구나.
Would you like one too? Enjoy.
여기가 이제 에코하고 초코 나는 거 여기 훨씬 좋다 그래서 약간 중간중간 입에 말고
Und wenn Sie auch schon what you want to drink? White wine. Enjoy.
Flight will arrive to the Dortmund terminal at gate 34 and hope that you have had a good flight with us. On behalf of Swiss and your crew, thank you very much for flying with us.
So this is the room on the 7th floor.
Okay.
푸른과 저 베이지 톤 너무 잘 어울리는
색깔이랑 깔맞춤.
여기 홍보대사가 배가 많이 안 고프신 상황이신 거죠, 다들? 그러면 아니시면 뭐 기본이랑 뭐 그런 거랑 좀 섞어서 시켜볼까요?
I have a pizza margherita, basilico, salute.
짠하는 거 찍고
짬매랑 어디야?
어떻게 해야 돼?
팔 아프지?
Ladies and gentlemen, tutto bene? Everything okay?
신혼여행을 원래 스위스 오려고 했어가지고 그때 가려고 해서
그럼 원래 먹을 때 이런 식으로
Thank you.
Der Panorama Express nach Saanen. Brienz, Interlaken auf Gleis.
The train crew welcomes you on board the Panoramic Express.
존나 귀여워.
Next stop, Interlaken Ost. This is the terminus station.
햇빛이 그냥 아무런 걸림 없이 나한테 샥 오는 느낌.
이런 것도 맛있겠다.
Psycho?
생각보다 파스타나 피자도 잘하네.
Someone have really small or really big feet?
Kom Sonny, gib mir das Ball. Komm, gib mir das Ball.
거기 밑에 있어.
승부는 얘가 최선이다.
그렇네.
청국장 치즈만. 맛있는데?
청국장 맛이 나지.
저는 약간 피자치즈처럼 막 그런 거 생각해요.
맛있는데? 어떤 거지가? 감자.
재밌겠다.
음식점 여긴가 봐요. 너무 잘 생겼다.
Do you have something like lemonade?
Yes, we can do, for example, we do have a raspberry lemonade.
That
We
would be
can,
good.
yeah?
Yes.
Haribo?
Yeah, like the gummy bears. It tastes like that. Try it.
되게 달걸.
We have these options, this method that are to share between two people.
There is one without cheese coming.
When they
다 귀엽다. 얘도 귀엽다.
귀엽다 이것도. 귀여워. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Io di cioccolato pure.
이거 약간 너랑 나랑 재밌는 얘기할 때는 하나도 안 찍고 되게 긴장하고 이래서 말 한마디도 안 한 줄 알겠다. 친구랑 갔는데 말 한마디도 안 해.
그 최근에 다녀왔던 그 락페 갔을 때 외국인들 되게 많았어요. 외국인들이 뭐 그 중에서 팬인 사람이 있어서 왔겠죠. 되게 좋을 것 같아요. 좋아하는 가수가 있다면.
Smokszyste rock'n'roll.
The business class salt and pepper. The taste is the same as a Voila, hopefully not too much.
With our fantastic soul family band.
Good morning. How are you? Good. Table for two.
사진 찍고 있는
아 이거 나야?
응.
아 이거야? 이 사람이었어?
이거 뭐야? 나 일을 너무 열심히 했어.
Die Gorner Glasbahn heißt Sie herzlich willkommen in Zug nach Findelbach.
That's the best thing.
그게 좀 느껴지지 않아요? 얼굴에서. 이거 스위스.
Which part of Korea? Seoul. Seoul? That's very nice. I've been in Korea in November. Busan is good. Busan, there we go. Busan. Busan. This one is.
부산이 영 안 보이잖아.
Busan. This one is Busan.
영공사 부산.
Yeah.
용궁사 갔어요.
나 버섯은 다 돌았네.
와 스프 진짜 크다.
It's not French, cordon bleu.
It sounds French, but it's actually Swiss. Yeah. But how much older? 24?
아저씨 되었는데.
Oh, nice stuff. Edelweiss.
털 진짜 부드러워.
Einfahrt des Zuges nach Rotenmosen und Gordatal. Nächster Halt, Dash. Prochain arrêt, Dash. Next stop, Tesh.
여기 유럽이라고요.
The luggage, otherwise it would have been up in the room.
바닐라.
Where can I get this?
So, yeah, I think for the many things to do, but also
9번 와봤대요. 부산 좋아요?
부산 2번.
와.
용이나물?
You can find everywhere. It's for cooking, make pesto or. When they built the university, there was no transportation taking you up. So they made the funicular so that the student with heavy books and heavy material, they could go up. So walking 5 to 10 minutes.
The church where we will go at 1:30 is on the right.
You have to imagine in the past, the road was not like this, was very dirty. This one is nice.
하나 알았다.
It was nice. So the request.
The crab.
That's a nice idea, I
너무 이쁘다. 일요일 같지 않은 이 조용한. 다 흘렸어. 하늘도 예뻐.
start with some cream cheese, pickles, with some mascarpone. Yeah, risotto. It's our homemade lemonade. Voilà.
Thank you.
Go. We'll give you a short introduction.
So he knew this place here, vegetarian home, and he started to eat vegetarian.
그래서 기네스북에 등재된 제일 오래된 채식.
Also the development and the cooking school where we are now. Yeah.
Grab a salad to go or something to eat.
How to cut with a knife?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the finger always like this in an angle inside, and here also. Really good. Super. Perfect. Oh.
맛있는 거.
Perfect.
Finish. Decoration.
맛있어요? 리조또 맛있어요?
이거 진짜 맛있다.
진짜 맛있죠?
맛있어. 한입 먹고 깜짝 놀랐어.
진짜 엄청
어디예요? 여기 리조또?
이게 감자 맛있죠?
나 너무 좋아.
완전 맛있는데?
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
안녕.
That's the Breitling Pop-Up Museum where we have a little exclusive tour today. So I think let's just go. Okay.
Einfach nur, wenn Sie dann noch Zeit brauchen, für das Sie haben.
In the airport lounge?
Yeah.
Matcha as well? You said matcha before too, no? Oh,
No. Yeah. I ordered cappuccino.
yeah.
소품 맛있다. 귀여워. 귀여워.
약간 카레 맛 나는 것 같아. 카레 맛.
아까 스프링
decided to make our first ever museum right in the city center of Zurich. Other watch brands what we made in the past, because that's something mostly every other brand tries to forget.
주파수를 이제 내보내가지고 위성에다가 그걸 쏘면은 그 위성이 이제
Doesn't matter where you are in the world, they're gonna rescue you. So it's the only watch that can actually save your life.
for 6 months it will send us.
Yeah, just like because you don't need it long. That's just
방금 보셨어요? 그 땡기면은
그게
여기서 만약에 추락했어요? 그럼 화면이 이렇게 시그널 보내서 이렇게 해가지고 데리러 온다.
Nearly all the airlines have these watches inside their cockpits. And the word Navitimer standing for navigation and timer.
And the Swiss watch, you can only buy it on board On long-haul flights, you can pre-order it, and on some flights it's always available. Get a certificate which is signed by the pilot flying.
This we have a flight simulator behind this where you can fly one of these jets. Yeah, they're everywhere.
114.
Exactly. If you reach that, you take this. Other side, the other way.
That's okay. Let's see. So here, this is the go over there. Like we go to.
Perfect.
그게 맛있었다.
They told me yesterday.
Allez devant.
So you can take a seat too. Prepared the ganache for you. Do you know what is inside of the ganache? Squeeze until the ganache comes up. Stop squeezing. Take it out. Perfect. That could be fine. Every time you chocolate, just after 8 to 12, until they are all covered in sugar. They're back in the sun somewhere. Okay?
Yellow.
먹여주니까 찾아가기 쉽겠다.
훨씬 작아.
Kommst du weiter?
wild garlic.
That
looks like long leaves.
Long leaves, yes.
Thank you. 귀여워.
역시 유나님을 따라다니면
안 있다가 다 있어. 다 알려줘. 약간 이것도 그렇고.
Which company is your flight?
Swiss.
Swiss. This is Terminal 1.
Yes.
와도 인사해. 안녕.
If I say something now, you can understand. 안녕. Thank you.
고맙습니다. 고마워.
고마워.
안녕히 가세요. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much.
바이바이.
다요.
And make your choice for breakfast. So this is for you. Enjoy. Kennen Sie schon?
Morgen landet und sonnig sein bei einer Temperatur von 9 Grad Celsius. Lehnt sich zurück, entspannt sich und genießt den Flug. Danke. Good morning. Will be a sunny day with temperature of 9 degrees in the morning.
phones must be safely secured in the passenger's hand or stowed away.
Nous vous remercions de votre attention.
Yes, I do, yeah. And anything else? Some water or juice?